Mobile CPA Network. There are many mobile CPA networks out there, and the main thing is not necessarily to get accepted into these networks. It is more important to be into a network that has reputation, because the reputation of the network may help you get a certain level of conversions. A situation I have encountered was the first I signed up for a network that was advertising that they would pay affiliates weekly. I thought it was great, but the reality was that at some point I was not even sure whether the conversion rate I was getting for a particular offer was the right conversion rate for certain reasons. So really, don't necessarily go with the network that seems to be the best with cash flow. Be more focused on networks that are reputable networks. Some recommended networks are PureFly, AdWork Media, and Neverblue. PureFly seems to be a network that seems to be a friendly network for newcomers. They have an option called cash flow that permits to be paid before the scheduled payment date. So normally when you sign up for PureFly, you will normally be paid in the first net 30 basis. This means that if you have earned commission during the month of March, for example, you will be paid at the end of the month of April. This is how net 30 could be defined. AdWork Media also has net 30 and Neverblue has net 15. But Neverblue may not be the network you may be going to when you just start. This is because they seem to be looking more for proof of income. So one thing that you should be noted is that the more money you earn in a particular network, the faster you may be able to get paid. So for somebody who is earning $2,000 per week, for example, he would normally not be in the net 30 basis for payment. A person could ask, isn't it super hard to be accepted to CPA networks? Well, the reality is that it is not really hard. It may be intimidating to think that you may have to talk on the phone, but the network that I have mentioned did not subject me to any phone call. But don't be intimidated. Try to show your strength. You don't have to lie. If you have been able to get leads, for example, on Facebook, you could say that you have had success with Facebook, for example. You don't necessarily have to get into the details, but don't play down your accomplishment. Don't come to them as somebody who is only trying to try to tell them that you can add value to their bottom line as well. One question you may be asked is how you plan to run the traffic. The answer to have for that is pay per click. In this course, pay per click is what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to talk later about different ad networks, and I'm going to get a little more into this topic. But once you are accepted into one network, you can leverage that acceptance to be accepted into other networks. So let's say that you have applied to PureFly and you have been able to get some leads there. You could now take a screenshot and go apply to Neverblue, for example. If one of your applications or more than one of your applications gets rejected, it is fine. Don't feel too bad about that. It happens. And there are a lot of CPA networks out there. One thing you could do is get into a not that reputed network just to get something going there, and then try to move up to a better network once you have some type of reputation and proofs of income of conversions.